Rick Elmore, founder of Simply Noted. Welcome to the Sales Podcast, man. All the way from Tempe. How the heck are you?
It's going great. Thanks for having me on the show today.
I was looking at your profile, and you look much smaller on a little screen than the defensive end that you are. I was checking that out. So you may not know this. I didn't play as much as you, but I played linebacker at the Air Force Academy. So at least you're on the right side of the ball, man.
Exactly. Defense. That's where to be. Inflicting pain.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Absolutely.
Very cool, man. So Simply Noted. So you started an American-based company, 4.5 years ago?
Yeah. So basically at the end of 2017. Yep.
Oh, heck. So going on 6 years.
Yeah, I didn't start full time until 2019, but really
Okay.
started developing this company at the end of 2017.
Okay. Yeah. And that's what I love to get into is, how things got started. And then we can talk about how you're growing it now, but it's like I think most dreams aren't reached because people don't even start. Things can be daunting. And they may not have a background in something. So walk me through that, because you were in sales before this.
Yeah, well, I think anybody, if that's, what we're trying to share with your visitors today, I think this will be a great podcast for them because I have no background in what I'm doing. I don't come from money. I don't come from a family and business, and never thought I would start a robotic software industrial automation company and grow it to multiple millions in revenue. So it's a really incredible story. But yeah, my background's in athletics. I played football growing up. Basically played every sport, kind of like the typical entrepreneur. School was kind of tough for me. Had a hard time sitting still in class. Always wanted to be outside. Found a real liking to football at an early age. I was a big kid. Always had to play up for my age because it was based off of like your size.
Right.
So I got beat up really young, but it made me real tough. And I think everything I learned from athletics is what's really made me successful as an athlete. Just the grit, hard work, teamwork, perseverance, desire, passion. Failed 9 times, get up 10 times. Right. But yeah, was lucky enough, had a really good high school career, got a scholarship to the University of Arizona with my twin brother.
Is he a defensive end too?
He was an offensive lineman. So
He's a twin, but he's an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
He liked to eat more than you, huh?
Yeah, he did. And we always played on the same side of the ball growing up. And then, what do you think they did the first day we got to college? They made us go against each
Head
other.
to head, baby.
Yeah, that did not feel right. But had a good career, played for Mike Stoops in the early 2000s. As a 3-year starter, led the Pac-10, which was the Pac-10 back then, in multiple stat categories, sacks, tackles for loss. Had a good career. But again, it wasn't because I was gifted with tons of talent. It came through all the drive and want and passion and motor. So basically just work ethic, but was drafted in 2011 to the Green Bay Packers, got to live out my childhood dream. And I played 3 years in the NFL. And ever since, I had to hang up the shoulder pads and cleats, the life after sport's been really interesting, but extremely rewarding.
Yeah, that's cool. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, some guys, they struggle after that. Hell, I've got guys from the Air Force Academy, because like a handful go on to the pros. But I mean, back in the late 80s, early 90s, it wasn't really a path. But I mean, guys like to this day, like their Facebook profile picture is from a football game in 1990.
Yeah.
Like, dude, come on. That wallpaper is, a gang tackle in 1991. Like, dude.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah. And I think it's really hard for athletes to move on because I think athletes don't understand how well they are prepared for life after sport if they can just take the transferable skills you've developed for a decade or two and take it to something else. But, as a high performing athlete in college or professional arena, you're used to having a coach, telling you what to do. You're used to having an agenda of being told where you need to be at what certain time. You have trainers, you have, assistants, you have, agents, right? So you have all this help. And for the first time, when the universe doesn't revolve around you, when you're not a professional athlete anymore, like, and now you don't have help, like people get lost. But that's actually something I'm really passionate about when I'm done with Simply Noted. I want to help athletes transition from sport to, the real world, because I was there. And 2013, 14, when I was making that transition, it hurt really bad. I was lost, but I knew in my heart there was just something there. I wanted to be known for something else than football. I didn't want to be that guy, 30 years later, like, oh, let's talk about this and reminisce. I wanted to recreate myself, and anybody can recreate themselves. It doesn't matter if you're an athlete or not. It just takes, consistency, passion, desire, perseverance, strength. You'll grow through what you go through. So you constantly got to challenge yourself. It's not easy. It's like, I don't know how many sleepless nights I've had, but you have worry, but you also have excitement. Right. It's just, people got to get used to that. I think society, is doing people an injustice of preaching like it should be easy, right? You look at all these social media influencers and like, oh, in 3 months I replaced my income and look how rich I am, and I rented a Ferrari to get a lot more attention. And it's not easy, and don't expect it to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it, and that's real.
You had it easy, man. You had trainers, you had people massage you. Come on, man. They draw your bath, shove you in the ice bath. Man, you had it easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
Next. Hey, can you text Aaron Rodgers for me? Tell him, leave me alone.
I actually do have his
blowing
number.
up my phone.
I do have his number in this phone. I don't know if it's still his number, but I'm not going
to. That's cool. So walk me through that transition. I mean, were you injured, or was it just, you just saw like it?
I was a journeyman. So, like most 95% of professional athletes are traveling, getting cut, getting picked up. So usually started with the team during camp and off season, then was cut after camp, then picked up, practice squad, for the regular season. So going to my 4th year at a futures contract with the Indianapolis Colts, but I was basically just going to delay the inevitable, right? The older you get in professional sports, there's younger, healthier, cheaper, labor coming in every year. So, my wife, I've been with for 17 years, like she was traveling all over the country. I was shipping my car over the place, kind of wanted to get my life started. So got done, asked a lot of questions. I think anybody who's successful in life gets good at asking questions or paying attention. You got to see what other people are doing, because, life's a team sport and it takes a village to get you going where you want to go. But got into medical device sales, and that was a really good avenue for me to get started. But I knew after a few years it wasn't going to be my forever thing. First year, I mean, I knew nothing about sales, business, marketing. I would ask really stupid questions. I was in my first, literally day one was our national sales meeting. I remember like it was yesterday, I was sitting next to my manager, and there's somebody on stage talking about like reports, and he's like, oh, this P&L. And like, I lean over to my manager. I was like, what's P&L? And he's like, that's profit and loss, bud. That's profit and loss. I was just like, such a dumb question. But my first year.
There are no dumb questions.
I know. But I was just like, you can't be afraid to ask, regardless of if it is a smart question or not. You have to ask so you clear it up and move on. Right. Yeah. But I knew nothing about it, but still my first year at Stryker, I was rookie of the year, and it was just based off of effort, and people notice effort, and people want good attitudes, hard workers, overachievers, willing to say yes, willing to put yourself out there and go above and beyond. Right. It's that old saying, don't work, for the job you have, work for the job that you want, right? Like show like you want to get better and you want to improve. So rookie of the year, my first year, and then my next 5 years in med device, I was either top 1% sales rep or top 5. It was purely from effort. I was a guy that was, didn't like talking. I remember, what do you call it? I was an introvert, I was not meant for sales, but I needed to do it to grow, and it challenged me. But I remember going to dinners like with doctors, and I couldn't hold a conversation for more than 20 minutes. But I like, these doctors wanted to go for like 4 hours. They like to drink, they like to start at a restaurant, then go to a bar, and you have to entertain yourself. And after these dinners, I'd go literally get in my truck and lay down, and like my head's exploding. I was just like, I'm so exhausted from talking for 4 hours. But it made me get better. And after about 5 years, I knew it wasn't for me. All my managers, never saw their families, were either divorced, had no kids, and I wanted to be around and go to my kids' sporting events and didn't want to get divorced. So I went back and did my MBA in 2017, which was really cool. I was the first person to go to college in my family. I not come from money, did not come from like an educated family, a business family. So to go back and get my MBA was really cool and rewarding. But I was in search of something else, like most people, right? Most people feel stuck or they're not doing what's fulfilling. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew I didn't want to be in medical device sales my whole life. So about a year into my program, and I think this is what anybody can take something from this. You just got to look, you got to try something, pick up every rock, don't leave no stones unturned. About a year into my program, I was in a marketing class and a marketing professor was going over all the success rates in marketing, and everything was super nominal, like direct mail, phone calls, cold calls, door knocking, like everything, text messaging. And he ends this 3-hour lecture, and this is our classes where they started at 3 and they got done at 11. So we took 2 3-hour classes with a break in the middle. And after this 3-hour lecture, I know it was nuts. It was just nuts.
Oh crap.
Yeah. And I was doing an Ironman that year. I had my first baby. I was working on a startup. I had a full-time medical sales job. So put a lot on my plate. But this marketing professor said, hey guys, what works better now, if not better than ever, is a good old-fashioned handwritten note. They're rare. Nobody does them anymore. They're open 99.2% of the time. They're going to set you out from your competition. They're going to build relationships. And everything he was saying, I was like, man, this is so obvious, right? But like, who has the time to sit down and send a handwritten note? And if you're in marketing and sales, you understand relationships are king. And there's no better way to sit down or build a relationship with a client, that's face to face. I think that's the best way, but you can't do that at scale. The next best thing is a handwritten note. So a classmate of mine, and again, I have no experience in robotics, software development, industrial automation, nothing. I had no funding, no nothing. Got to work, and we 5 years later, we built this. It's arguably, I don't know if we're the number one, player in the world doing this in terms of volume, but we're the best when it comes to the technology. We're the only company in the world that's built its own handwriting robot, its own handwriting engine, its own handwriting technology. We have 400,000 plus users on our platform every single month, and completely self-funded, no loans, no debt, no investors. And I started this on a 10,000 0% interest credit card. So it's not a money thing. It's literally not a money thing. You can figure it out, but it's been an incredible ride, to say the least.
Man, that's kind of badass.
I'm extremely proud of it. Extremely proud.
You should be. Oh man. So, all right. So you're in this class. And so was there a classmate in that, or like a coworker at Stryker? Like who'd you do
Yeah,
this
there was a buddy of mine. His name was Ryan. And basically we just I bought a really cheap pen plotter because there was another company trying to do this with pen plotters. And again, this is just Googling, researching, seeing what's out there. And I bought a cheap.
So, well, hold on real quick, because people, I don't even know if we mentioned like the name of your company. So we just kind of started in your journey, but it's simplynoted.com. And it is true handwritten notes, but it's done by robots, right? On an assembly line. And that's what you've created. So people maybe, I don't think we even mentioned it. So people may be listening on, what the hell did he do? What?
Yeah, I think to get a full context, you should go to the website, simplynoted.com, and go to the video tab. We're the only company that's built a true handwriting robot in the world. We use machine learning. Like, we've developed our own handwriting engine. We're not using old font technologies. We use machine learning with these robots. So we can take some of sample handwriting from you, but we'll use machine learning, and it learns as it writes, what a B looks like next to an E. And if it did 100 different variations of a B next to an E within your message, it would never look the same. It's incredible technology. There's nothing like it. It's just incredible.
So I would send in a sample, and it would learn, it would write like me.
Yep, you can do that, or you can just choose one of the handwriting styles that we have to use. But yeah, any of our like politicians or presidents of schools, like, people who are like, if it gets up online, like it needs to be consistent with them. We'll make their handwriting styles, but 99% of our clients just choose a handwriting style we have in stock.
Gotcha. All right, cool. So, so you and your buddy, he was just like a friend in town, like a neighbor, or,
Classmate, cohort. Yep, classmate.
okay, in the MBA program.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. So you two get the idea. Did you get the idea? Did he get the idea? Did y'all get it together?
I mean, I had the idea, but we kind of brainstormed
Yeah.
some initial thoughts. He was there, I guess for the initial, like, I would say like 3 weeks, just to keep it going. But people get busy, and I mean, it really took like almost 4 years for this thing to start really, where I wasn't losing sleep every single night. It's just like,
Mm,
it was not a quick process. I mean, self-funding a robotics tech software industrial automation company is not for the faint of heart. It's just incredibly the barrier of entry is in the millions. It's not even in the tens of thousands. If you're going to build it right, a platform that can scale, like for enterprise level companies, it has to be built correctly. But the last 3 years we spent developing our technology, and we got done building that about 5 or 6 months ago. And now we're putting all of our time and effort into our platform. So our platform helps people integrate and automate. So think of like, a CRM, new lead, automate sending a handwritten note, new closed deal, automate sending a handwritten note, anniversary, birthday, automate sending a handwritten note, or just creating a spreadsheet, like, hey, here's my 600 clients. I want to send them all a handwritten note, and it's all custom, like, hi, Sarah, hi, John, all personalized. It's really cool.
nice. Infusionsoft, when they were still Infusionsoft, hired me years ago to do some copywriting for them, and I came up with the automate, integrate, dominate, and then we played with that: automate, integrate, celebrate. So that's cool hearing that integrate and automate. I mean, it's what you got to do. It's I always say CRMs are dead, which is why Salesforce bought Pardot back in like 2012.
Yeah.
Or they bought Exact Target. And Exact Target already owned Pardot, because even Salesforce knew it's like having the data in the cloud is useless if you're not taking timely action,
Yeah.
relevant action on that data. And I'm always saying multimedia, multi-step, phone call, text message, email, direct mail. I mean, boom, 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 mix and match, audio, video, because you don't know what each one, what resonates with them, and plus just timing. I may be an audio guy, but you catch me at the right time and it's a letter. Okay, cool.
Well, what you just said is really important. It's consistency and being on time. I think a lot of people think like, oh, I'll do that myself. Like, oh, I'll send that email, or I'll send that connection request, or oh, I'll send that handwritten note. No, you won't. It's like we're all too busy, right? Like, as a business owner, what's really helped me is learning how to let go of certain responsibilities. There's a lot of tools out there that can help you do your job way more efficient and way more better than, I could ever do it. Tools like Zapier, that's a great tool. You can automate basically anything. And it's been an absolute life changer for us as a business. We started using that years ago. But as soon as you stop working, accepting that you don't have to do everything, right? Get out of your business and start working on your business. Anybody can take anything from that. It doesn't matter if you're a sales rep. Like, you can get out of the day-to-day grind, getting all the busy work, responding to this, putting in this order for a client. Like, if you can take yourself out of that and learn how to maybe get an assistant. I didn't even know about virtual assistants until I started the business. Like, sales reps can get virtual assistants to help with like placing orders for your clients. Like, that would have saved me 10 hours a week as a sales rep when I was at my old company. Like, imagine that for prospecting and growing my business, how more efficient I would have been, or how much bigger my business could have been. So learning how to delegate's been really big. Learning how to appreciate the tools that are available for you to help you has been really big. But yeah, you got to get out of your business, so you can work on building it, improving it versus working in it.
So 10 grand, what'd you do with 10 grand on that first credit card?
I bought some really bad robots. It's just really bad pen plotters. thinking that I was going to be able to scale the business using those. They were very unreliable. They were belt driven. The belts were made out of rubber. They had some really bad quality issues. They became, what do you call it? Out of sync, I'm sorry, it's late in the day. My brain's fried from the day. Calibrated, they'd get out of calibration really easily. Put no money into sales, no money into marketing. My first website cost me $300. I had no idea like what it was going to take to build a website. I mean, if it's going to be a platform and take credit cards and process payments, it's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I had no idea. And that's a good thing. Ignorance is a good thing. Ignorance is bliss, because if I knew how much money this was going to take to lift this business off the ground, and I probably would never have started it, because I would be standing at the bottom of the mountain looking at the very top. I'm like, that's going to take a long time. But yeah, all my efforts in the beginning, we bought equipment, really bad equipment. And it was just literally cold calling and networking and solution selling, like everything I developed as a sales rep in the medical sales world. So yeah, and again, it was 0%. I did it with no loans. Like, you don't have to take a loan. If you take a loan to start a business that's not making money, you're basically guaranteeing you're going to fail. Like, you're starting off in the red. You have no revenue coming in. You got to get creative. And it's the people that can get creative and solve problems in a creative way. Those are the people that, beat the metric. 90, I think it's different quoted, but it's like 90 something percent, 92% of small businesses fail within 5 years. And
Right.
if you can become a very efficient, creative, resourceful problem solver, you're going to beat that statistic.
Right.
Throwing money at your problems is not going to fix your problems. It's being creative, resourceful. Those are the people that can solve anything.
Right. So you buy these crappy tools. Did they work well enough that you could derive or generate some revenue from it?
Yeah, but back then I thought they were the best, because I was ignorant to this field, and I didn't even know what engineering was. Like, I didn't even know there are companies out there that will do product development and help you bring your vision to life. So I thought that was going to be our long-term solution, but we quickly found out there was tons of production issues. There was no paper feed, so somebody had to literally take a piece of paper out every time and put it in, which is a nightmare. If any company is doing that, you should run, because your order is going to be incredibly slow and not efficient, and they're not going to help you meet those efficiencies that you need, to get things out on time. But yeah, plus they use third-party plugins. There no purposely built software for them. They had font. We call them handwriting styles, but the software calls them fonts. The fonts had restrictions in the variations that they can do. There was no machine learning. There was nothing smart about it. They were very dumb softwares. So it's just like, it was really easy, for small orders. But when you start talking to, Fortune 500 companies, they need real technology. They need real capabilities. And we lost a lot of business because I'm good at business development. Like, I know how to get a meeting and sell and close, but we were losing tons and tons of orders because we just didn't have the technology that they needed. So after losing all those orders, I literally started, I was wanting to peel my skin off from if we had this, these people would start saying yes. So once I understood, hey, if we can build it, they will come, like the old saying. So we got to work. It's took a big risk. Most people throw their money into sales and marketing, first, and we did the exact opposite. A lot of people get a crappy product and they do sales and marketing and see if they can get product market fit and then improve the product. We improved the product first, and it took years. And now we're going to sales and marketing, and it's just did it backwards.
How did you fund that? Were you just
customer
doing
sales,
small orders?
Customer sales. That's it. It's completely customer funded. So literally every tool imaginable. Again, there's a tool out there. Tons of email marketing. I did every networking. I did the Chamber of Commerce. What is the drawing a blank?
But you
Givers Gain. What's that Givers Gain?
BNI.
BNI. Did BNI. I've done the EO. I mean, I just got to work. If you want to win as bad as you want to breathe, you're going to figure it out. And that's what a lot
Right.
of people don't understand. If you don't treat it like that, you're going to fail. Like, somebody out there wants it more than you. Like, if it's a competitor or if it's a colleague, like, if you aren't willing to do and sacrifice it all, I mean, sure, you can get to the top 10%, but if you want to be number one, there's no chance, because
Yeah.
there's smarter people out there. There's people with more money out there, probably more capable people out there, but we just took it. I want it bad. Failure's not an option. I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. I'm no problem's going to stop us. We're going to mitigate our risk. You know, the old Jim Collins, good to great mindset, test before you do your big shot. You know, it's the old, pirate, scenario. Do a test shots if you only have one cannonball, because you have one cannonball to shoot to save your ship, right? So that's how I've always treated our budget. I'd ask 14 times, you look at it from every direction to make sure when we spent that 40 grand or 80 grand, it was going to be the right, spend.
So was it the old adage of eating the rabbits while you hunted the elephants?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. We did tons of microtransactions. They're painful, but I guess those elephant orders, they come in a lot more now than they did 5 years ago. But
Yeah, but I mean, you couldn't fulfill the big orders early on, right?
we'd try our best. So we're very grateful. Some of our clients were just supporting us early on, like, hey, we believe in what you're doing. I think they saw how much I believed in it, and that helped them get over the hump of like, maybe they're not the right for us, but they knew that I was going to deliver, come hell or high water. I was going to work my butt off to make sure it worked. But yeah, I mean, that's what we did. We'd work 24/7. We'd set up 3 8-hour shifts. My family would reset machines. Like, it takes a village. Like, if you want it bad enough, you're going to figure it out.
Right. It's badass. So when, I don't want to say like, when did you make it, right? But when did you know, like, okay, like you said, when did you stop losing sleep every single night?
Probably 7 months ago, when our machines got done. That was a huge drain on our resources, and that was originally quoted at a 4 to 6 month project, and it took almost 3 years.
Yeah, because of
So
COVID.
yeah, and just the technicalities. It's a mechanical, software, and electrical engineering job, and trying to get all three things to work with industrial automation software. That's incredibly hard. So when I had to stop writing the big checks for that and knew that we're kind of past that phase, it allowed me to breathe a little easier, sleep a little better. But my mindset, it's like, I want to be the best. I know there's always gonna be somebody out there better than me, but I'm going to try really, really hard, because when hard work beats talent, when talent doesn't work hard, and I've always prided myself on being, at least trying to be, the hardest worker, in the room or around. So that's carried us very far. And my vision for Simply Noted is to be, the biggest, best, number one platform solution for what we do in the world. And we're really close, but I have big, $50 million, aspirations for this business, and I think we can get there.
Right. And so, do you have some native integrations, or is it through like Zapier to connect to, the mainstream CRMs to
Yeah.
build this automation and integration?
Well, our website has some like pre-built automations for anniversaries and birthdays, but yeah, Zapier is a great tool. You can use webhooks out of Zapier. We have an open API, so any of like our enterprise level accounts or like agencies, they'll use our API. We're working on a reselling platform right now, so like software companies can license our product, so they can sell our product from within their platform, but make it look like they're providing the service, but we're actually doing like the print and writing on demand for them. So we're really excited about that. A lot of interest there. So I think if somebody has a question, or if they have a software that has an API, we'll figure out a way to make it work. But it usually takes somebody who understands Zapier, Integrately, Make, or Integromat, like setting up sales and marketing automation, to make this work easily. Otherwise, it's just great to do like one-offs or upload your spreadsheet. And we have tons of real estate investors, mortgage, political, who just say, hey, here's this spreadsheet. I need, 3,000 personalized handwritten notes on this card with this message, go do it. And you can send 3,000 in 2 minutes. So it's pretty cool.
So that's how quick it can write?
No, I'm just saying for them placing the order. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing about 10,000 to 15,000 handwritten notes a day. But since we build our own robots in-house, just as our production scales, our orders scale, we just add more robots to the production line. So we can scale infinitely, really. It's just, we're just gonna run out of space, and we're actually looking at buying a building right now, but we'll run out of space. But I mean, that's an easy problem to solve.
Yeah. Still a problem. That's a pain moving.
I'll take that pain over robot pain ever again. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
I understand. So it's so simplynoted.com, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so these things, it's cool. I like the little robot doing its thing. You got the Keller Williams, you got the real estate example there. Can you use different inks, or is it standard blue?
We use blue by default. If you're going to do a custom order, we can change it. I think for anybody in sales or marketing, there's really two ways for them to use this. It's great for attracting new clients because the open rate's so high, and being very personal with them, and then retaining new clients. Yeah.
Do you help with the messaging? Like right now, I'm doing a printed newsletter for my son. So I got a few,
Sure.
I got a few advertisers, right? And so now he can have a message. So we're just doing an 8.5 by 17, a legal sheet of paper, right? Fold it in half. So he's got a little 4-page newsletter.
Let's live demo this. We just launched this feature. Are you on the website right now?
I am.
Click send a card. We have an AI feature that will write your message for you. So if you go to send a card and just pick any card, just hit any
Just start writing.
Yep, start writing and just pick any card.
Create a custom card.
Nope, just click single. Just pick one of those cards in the library. Single send or bulk send. Did you do that?
So there's thank you. So all right, so business. I'll just go back to the home page. It says start writing or request a sample.
Yeah, so just click start writing.
Yep.
It should take you to our card library.
Card library. Yeah.
Now just
create
pick
or view.
Yep, just pick any one of those cards below create a card. Just click single send, the blue button.
Single card. Yep.
Yep.
There's a thank you card, black
Now,
line.
awesome. Now go to the custom message box. There's a little bit, there's a little icon below that says AI message assist. Let us write the card for you. Do you see that?
Yep.
Now click that.
Yep.
Now just type in there, say, write a, graduation message to my son, whatever whatever. And then click, whatever.
Yep. Generate message.
Generate. Yep. So now we just integrated AI to our platform that will assist in writing the copy for you. So there's tools on the internet that allow you to do that, but we integrated it here. And if you don't like it, you just delete it and say, try it again with a different tone.
Yep.
So now you just prompt our platform. What do you want it to write? It'll write it for you,
Yep.
and the platform will write for you, and our machines will write it for you, and then we'll mail it for you. So we're trying to be a centralized system for our clients, a one-stop shop. From creating your custom card, the stationery design, the message is done by AI, and then our robots with machine learning are writing it. Yeah, it's an incredible, like once you know what you're doing, it's a pretty powerful system.
Yeah, it's badass. Because like I've been torn, I got some local contractors because I'm trying to help my son farm his neighborhood. Right, I want him to own where he lives, and so I said, look, let's get a newsletter going. I'll get it self-funded, right? So I sold placement, and so got the orders. But it's like I'm having to help these people because I want them to keep running ads, right? But they just send me junk. They just, content's bad, messaging's bad. They don't understand a call to action. They don't understand tracking. It's like, okay. so I'm doing this first one on the cheap and to get them going, but I've already raised the prices.
Mm-hmm.
And because I told him, so look, this could be an industry in and of itself, own this valley,
Yep.
doing 10, 20,000 letters hand delivered,
Yeah.
newsletters hand
Mm-hmm.
delivered
Mm-hmm.
a week, a month. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yep.
So, but I mean, people, golly, they have no creativity. There's no, um,
Well, that's the problem with the world we live in today. It's just they don't have to think anymore. Like you just do doom scrolling on your phone. Your inbox is just obnoxious, right?
mm,
People don't have to think for them anymore or think for themselves anymore. Like people are
yeah,
told what to think, which can be a good thing for sales and marketing, but also if you're not resourceful and you're not it can also hurt you in your career as well.
yeah. Well, that's good. Take the thinking away, man. AI is here. I know.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. All right. So simplynoted.com. And like it says here, request a sample. They can start, like this here says, 2 to 500 cards. So, we can start small and work our way up, huh?
You send one if you want.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. You had to toggle through. So 1,
Yeah.
2 to 500,
And then I
5,000
don't,
plus.
yeah, I don't know if you're gonna when this will go live, but we're actually adding the ability to farm addresses as well natively on the website. So you can say, go down to the demographic homes that are 500,000, in this
Mm,
zip code with a pool, single story, whatever, and it'll pull a list for you. So we're actually integrating the data as well. So we're literally trying to become a one-stop shop. So
nice.
that's really big in real estate, home service for sure. And then, if they get really creative, you can automate, off of real estate platforms like Property Radar or PropStream and use it through Zapier. So like an expired listing is great for real estate agents through PropStream or Property Radar, and you can integrate through Zapier and automate it as well. So again, if you have an idea, we come up with the solution for you. But the tools are pre-built to solve the problem. You just got to bring the idea and then we do the campaign for you. So that's kind of the hard thing about scaling this business is that there's an infinite amount of ways of using this. And we're kind of doing ourselves injustice by niching down and only solving one problem, even though that may help
Yeah.
us scale this business a lot faster. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, that's going to be powerful.
Yeah. I mean, we're less than 2 weeks. So probably
Yeah.
by June 15th, it'll be up.
Okay. Yeah. This will go live like the week before that. So,
Cool.
because I'm just a week out.
Yeah.
So cool, man. I look forward to that. And I'll tell my son about it too.
Awesome.
You got a picture of a real robot pen. This is cool. Yeah. Like I said, I'm in Phoenix pretty often. So, I'll give you a call. I'll swing by and
Please do. I mean, you'll really love
give
to
me a
see
tour of
these.
the facility.
Yeah, that'd be great. We're just like 3 minutes from the airport.
And I'll see if your brother can handle a forearm shiver, man. Still back in the day.
I
Dude,
think, yeah,
I didn't watch a lot of football, like I don't know, the last 20 years. I catch it here and there, but this whole hands to the face, I don't know, dude. I distinctly remember the old forearm shiver, right? Like jam that forearm up in the chin of
Yeah.
that lineman, stand him up, look around, find the running back.
yeah.
Is that still allowed, or is that considered hands to the face?
No, it's hands to the face. You can't put anything on their neck or under their chin strap. But I remember I went to a Nebraska football camp in 8th grade, and they were still teaching that, like
Yeah.
separation.
So that's no
Yeah.
longer legal.
No, I'm so glad I don't play football. It's such a soft sport now. I was an outside linebacker, pass rusher, loved hitting the quarterback. You can't touch the quarterback nowadays. Like
Oh,
literally.
dude, I know.
I mean, it was the reward for all the hardships you went through. That was like, I loved it. Like literally,
Oh, yeah.
I felt like a pit bull salivating at the mouth. Like I just wanted to get to the quarterback so bad. Like
I know.
it's an inner thing. It's an inner fight. Like I still feel pumped up thinking about it. Like I just wanted it so bad.
know.
But like I'm glad I have a 5-year-old son. I'm trying to get him to like love basketball or golf or something. It's just
Oh, for sure. My
football's-
son, he's still mad at me. I'm like, I didn't let him play till 8th grade. And I was like,
Yeah.
he was great at baseball. I'm like, play baseball. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
push him,
yeah.
and now like he just admitted he's 24 25.
Mhm.
Oh, what the year is it? Yeah, so he's 25. Just had his birthday, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm kind of glad." Like, he's like, "You should have made me stick with baseball. Like, you were such a hard headed." Like, no, we tried, dude.
Mhm.
But now he does jujitsu with me. It's like he's having a son, so I'm like, let's push all the kids into jujitsu, man. Just
Yeah.
we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Yep. It's just not the same.
No, it's not. Well, cool, man. Rick Elmore, all the way from Phoenix, dude. Is it Tempe? It's like a
Mhm.
certain little emphasis, isn't it?
Yeah. Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah, but I thought it's like
Mm.
Tempe. I don't know. Because I
I
got
just want to
here, but
mention too, we'll send a really nice sample kit too. So if anybody's interested in learning about this, go to our website, simplynoted.com, and top right-hand corner of the website, it says request a sample. And we
Yep.
spend about $20 per a kit. So I mean, it's a really nice
Damn.
kit. Yeah, I mean, we want to make sure we make a great first impression. We get you all the data and information that you need. Wes, if you should check it out too. It's a really incredible tool, but it's free. We'll send it to you. It gets there within like 3 to 5 business days. It comes in a 10x13 package, handwriting samples, handwriting styles, case studies, pricing, information on our machines. Like, it's just, we do a really good job. So it's free. And what happens, it's like 99% of the time when somebody requests it, first, they lick their finger, they try to smudge the ink to make sure it's real, and they laugh. They'll call us, if it's that same day or a few weeks later, like, this is so cool. Like, I did not know this was real. I thought it was printed. Can you do this? And that's where the conversation starts. That's where the relationship starts. And that's where we help you, scale and automate your relationship building, retaining current clients, or attracting new clients.
Yeah, very cool. I'm filling it out right now. I see you got a little HubSpot action going on. So very cool.
Very deeply integrated with HubSpots. It's just kind of hard to move away now, but been using
Yeah,
it for
I hear
years.
you. No kidding. Yeah, I'm a gold partner with them. I've been using them since 2014.
Nice.
Uh, Very cool. All right, man. Rick Elmore. Thanks for coming on the show, man. Go. Hey, it's Miller time, right? Go take a break. Go rest that brain.
Yeah. Actually, I have another podcast here in 7 minutes. So
All
yeah.
right. Well, hey, go to the bathroom and get some water.
Thanks, Wes. It was great to be here. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
man. Good to see you.